So I thought I would do a voiceover on what I'm actually running this time around. The AR is almost the same AR as last time around, just a couple of differences. So I'm still running a Stag 15, Stag 15 lower with a Stag 15 upper in left-hand eject. So I actually swapped off the proprietary Stag handguard and 16-inch barrel for a Geisley 13.5 inch handguard with a 14.5 inch barrel. Pin and welded Huxworks QD flash hider mount. I wanted to get a can for the gun and I went with the Huxworks 556K. Elcan Spectre DR 1X4X toggle. I'm no longer using my carry weapon or my concealed carry handgun, which was an FN 509 midsize. I upgraded to I guess what you would consider a duty sized handgun. This is a Glock 19X Gen 5. It has a Trijicon SRO on it with a 2.5 MOA. T-Rex arm quad flap. Magpul magazines, these are like the old Gen 1s. I taped them off because I'm actually using like way more expensive ammo here. This is Black Hill 77 grain OTM. Super expensive ammo and super overkill, not needed at all. Probably would have been fine with like Winchester white box M193 or like an M193 equivalent. The Sword and Pro X's. This is just a standard IFAK that you would see on any gun belt. It's got kind of the standard accoutrements that would be carried in an IFAK. This is a tourniquet in here. With cloth shears on the top. I personally took a Stop the Bleed course before getting into this like form of shooting. I think if you're going to do any type of dynamic shooting, which I guess I would just classify as anything that's not just shooting at a bench, I think you should absolutely take a Stop the Bleed course. You cannot be like too safe in that regard. And if you're gonna run like an IFAK or with a tourniquet, which I think everybody should have a tourniquet on their gun belt if they're doing any type of dynamic shooting. If you're gonna have a tourniquet, like actually know how to use it. Dump pouch, this is new. I wasn't running a dump pouch before. I thought adding a dump pouch would be helpful. I do remember my first gun run, I was telling myself, I wish there was place I could just throw these like chamber flags or loose rounds in quickly. These mag holsters are also T-Rex. This is a Safariland holster, T-Rex arms, tourniquet pouch, and then this is from, God, I think North American, like, I forget the name, North American Health Products or something like that. Glock mags, just standard. Winchester 115 grain ammo. The Merrill Moab mids. I think it's super important to get mid boots because if you're doing running guns, you're probably not going to be on like standard level terrain. And the last thing you want to do, especially if you're not a young 20-year-old guy, is roll your ankle. So that's the kit. Okay, cool. So you're gonna have them yeet off the side of the mountain. All right, good luck, guys. Remember, my mom's cell phone is written on my leg. Yes, sir. How old is she? He's asking me. Doesn't matter. I'll be dead. All right, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm making this recording after the fact. So I'm able to give kind of an after action report on how I thought I did with respect to this run and gun, and I'll say that we'll split the two components. I think on the shooting portion I absolutely nailed it. I was quite pleased with myself. I think I took away a lot from the first run and gun, which is really what I was just trying to do, was trying to learn something, I guess, new from my first go at it and take it forward to the next one. There were 4 course of fires for this one. There was a full auto stage, which was actually a little bit silly in my opinion, but you'll see that later on in the video and you can kind of decide for yourself. There's a semi-auto shotgun stage where you were firing from a moving vehicle, which I thought was quite fun. And then just like a standard pistol and rifle stage. I absolutely killed the shotgun, pistol, and rifle stage, so I was quite pleased with myself on that front, which was a significant improvement from the first go around. Unfortunately, and you'll see it in a little bit, I actually got lost. And reviewing the GoPro footage showed that I got lost for about a good 7 to 8 minutes. I'm not going to say, like, what I think I should have scored, because it's a pretty big discredit to the guys who did place top for me to say anything in that regard. I'll say I landed right in the middle of the competitors. I kind of backed into the math a little bit, shaved off the amount of time that I was lost, and I can just say, like, if I did not get lost, I would have placed quite high for this run and gun. But again, I don't want to, like, outright say where that would have been, because it's an absolute discredit to the guys who, just absolutely killed it this go around. In any event, I think the whole point was just to learn something again, because I'm really trying to get ready for, I guess, the big run and gun, which I'm doing in January, and that one's going to be a 6-mile gun and run with, I think, 5 or 6 different courses of fire. So that's the one that I'm trying to shake all this gear out for and figure out, what needs improvement, maybe what needs tweaking.
Where is everybody?
Yeah, you're telling me.
You can use the rope or just jump up. Either way, you want up there. I'll grab it for you. Here.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, you got it. Hey, what barrel length is your rifle?
14.5 with a pin and weld. All right.
Straight down, right in that opening there. Right through that opening, you turn to the right.
I will say, like, in terms of preparation for these things, I spend way more time focusing on, like, the run aspect than I do the shooting aspect. One reason is just because I have more time to work on cardio than I do to drive out to the range and shoot. But I think that personally, I guess ultimately it depends on how the run and gun is being graded, but I think the cardio aspect absolutely trumps, the ability to shoot. Because you can be a good shooter, but if you can't manage the cardio, then pretty much all of your fundamentals on shooting kind of go out the window when you get to your first course of fire. And if you're showing up winded, your heart rate's all over the place. That's just something that struck me immediately, was just how actually hard it is to shoot with an elevated heart rate. The first run and gun that I did a few months ago was actually the first time I had ever shot anything like outside of, like, underneath a canopy, like bench shooting my gun type shooting. And it absolutely opened my eyes. So yeah, I think leading into this, I was probably doing 6 to 8 miles a week of cardio, and then just, like, very light cross training. I don't claim to be, like, a super athletic or fit guy, but the cardio is kind of where you cut your teeth in these things. So one thing I did just a little bit differently this time around, since I was actually the first guy to go, I actually slowed down significantly, like walking into course of fires, or the first course of fire, because I didn't have like a buffer between me and starting shooting. The first time I went, you know, I was actually catching up to some of the guys in front of me, so I had a chance to catch my breath for a couple minutes before each course of fire. But for this one, I was the first guy there, so I walked, you know, the second I saw the course of fire, I just walked myself in and did a little bit of box breathing to kind of reduce my BPM so that I, you know, wouldn't be shooting all over the place.
You know how to load this?
I'm sure I can figure it out with your
I
help.
can give you a block of instructions.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You just get out of the way of your mouth.
Yeah, sorry, here, you know what?
I'm going to be launching a bird. Clay pigeon.
Oh, God.
You will
Okay.
get 3 clay pigeons.
Okay.
When you give the command pull, once you have locked and loaded and are ready to go,
Right.
then you will you'll pull. I'll launch one clay pigeon. If you can hit it with one round, more power to you.
How many do I gotta hit?
3.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready. You say pull when you're ready.
Pull.
Oh, download. Sorry. When you're ready.
Pull.
All right. All right.
All right, what number are you?
Number 2, sir.
Okay, go stand by that cone. Okay, you're in the back, passenger side. Okay, fully loaded, 8 rounds. There's the safety. Okay, we're gonna pull up here. I'm gonna say fire. You've got 8 targets to knock down with 8 shells. Right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Commit firing. Cease fire. You got a bucket right there, and you're back running.
Back running. Thank you, sir. So this is coming up on the place where I just pooped the bed, pretty much. I got super lost. I was all over the place. I was checking my phone. I was trying to repath back to where I started. And then I started wigging myself out because I didn't want to accidentally walk into like a live fire course or something like that and get shot. So I just backpedaled all the way where I began. But like I kind of said at the beginning, it was a good 7 to 8 minutes of just being lost that ultimately counted against me. And it's unfortunate, but definitely a learning experience, just something to carry forward for the next run and gun. You know, a real component of at least this type of one in the hill country is pathfinding.
Stop acting like you know the way ahead, like you know the rules. There are no rules, man. We're lost.
I'll step on up here to the other square. Brett. Okay, good job. I gotta remember that from now on. Okay. Okay. Okay?
Find and retrieve the weighted bag.
Okay.
Return it to the designated spot.
Good?
Once you're done, you'll go into this position. You're getting behind the barricade and engage each target twice.
Yes, sir.
Cool, that works. 2 shots each target.
Okay, what's
2
the
rounds each target. You only have 2 rounds per target.
1, 2, 3, 4?
Correct. You're done. Lock and clear. I'm assuming to the right.
Okay, thank you. Oh shit, dude. Congrats.